Hello everyone, I am Lori Kutsch. Welcome back to my channel and to another Makers with Heart video. This is September, and this month we are focusing on our new favorite product. And I am in love with, and it's not, thin cuts are not a new product, but these thin cuts are. This is from the Good Life collection. And this is the scrapbooking stamp and thin cut set. And I am in love with this. And in fact, during our little consultant preview, because we can order before they go on sale to everybody else, this was the first thing I ordered. I had to have this, and I was afraid it was going to sell out. So this is my favorite new product. So this is what I'm using today. So here's the thin cuts. I've already actually cut them to save time. So they're right here, but we're going to stamp them together. We're going to color them, and we're going to put the page together. So what I did is I cut out 3 of the fences, and then, so 3 of these ones, and this one, the little broken fence is right here. Then I did the truck, and of course, the windmill. Some people stamp and then cut by like taping their thin cut on. I prefer to do it this way, where I cut it and then stamp it. There is no wrong way. So don't let anyone tell you they're doing it wrong. I've actually had people tell me that, and there's not a wrong way. So you do it whatever works best for you. And I'm trying to see, is this long enough? I think this will be good. Okay, so I'm going to put the stamp down. Make sure it's all on there. And I'm going to stamp it in our Memento ink. And I just like the Memento. I feel like I get clean, really clean images, and then it works great for the coloring as well. It doesn't seem to smear, so if my head gets in the way, I apologize. So I'm just going to stamp these. How cute! I love this stamp. I cannot tell you how much, if you can't tell. And this might actually end up being too long for my page, but that's okay. We can trim the edges to make it fit. I know, crazy. I'm doing a layout today. I usually do cards if you haven't watched a lot of my channel. So for the sake of time, I will clean these later off camera. We have a stamp chamois that works fabulously for that. I did use our close to my heart die cutting machine. Well, it's not a die cutting machine. It's the machine for using the thin cuts or embossing folders, and I love it as well. It's not a new product, but it gives really crisp, clean images, and you don't have to shimmy anything. Like if it's not cutting correctly, or you need, you know, a little bit thicker, you don't have to worry about with that, because it has pressure, and you can add tension to it so that it cuts a little better. Probably too big, but it'll work for me today. So if you haven't checked out, I think I'm the last one this month. If you haven't checked out everybody else's videos, they will be linked below in the comment or in the description. Links to everyone's channels. So be sure and go check those out. We do have 7 of us. Kim has been on hiatus, but I believe she's coming back. She'll be part of our our mystery envelope later this month on the 25th. So be sure and check those out. And then we have the cute little truck. I know that this truck craze is older, and I don't care, I still love it. So the page that I'm going to be working on is going to be for some pictures I took when my husband and I were out riding, and we have a side-by-side, and we have a cabin, and we go ride out in the desert, and found some old buildings and windmills, and I'm just going to like kind of scrapbook our trip, and I thought this would be a fun page for that. Okay, so there's all my stamped images, and while I let those, the ink just dry, and I'm sure they're fine, but just to give them a little more time to make sure nothing smears, I'm going to move them off to the side, and we're going to start working on the base of my layout. So I grabbed a piece of mink cardstock, and I think I'm going to use, can you see the difference? We have a light and a dark side. I think I'm going to use the light side. And then I cut already. I had leftover paper from the Good Life scrapbooking workshop, so I cut this piece at 3.5, and I'm going to put it at the bottom. Use up your scraps. And then another piece of leftover was the gingham print, and I've cut that at, I believe, 1.5. I'm going to just butt that right up here. Then I also had leftover pieces of our Harbor cardstock. I cut this at 5.25 by 7.25 for a 5x7 photo, and this at 3.25 by 3.25 for a 3x3 photo. I think I want to do it like this. So I'm not going to put those on yet because I'm going to do some stamping, and I don't want to interfere with that. And I'm probably going to pop those up with some foam tape. So the next thing I'm going to do is stamp the words homegrown memories. I need my, and I don't typically usually stamp directly onto my page, but I'm going to risk it today. I'm going to pick them up this way. And then I'm going to grab the big block because I want to do them at the same time, and they're not going to fit. Look at there. So I'm not going to be able to do them at the same time. So we're going to just do them separate. So be it. So when I have my pictures on here, I want to have homegrown and memories down here. And if you're dirty like me, I get ink everywhere, so I just wipe it off, and then it ends up all over my fingers, and I'm okay with it. So if you didn't know, our new catalog is out. Both of them, actually, the 2-month mini catalog and the annual. You will get those free when you order on my website. They will include both of those with your first order. Some people don't know that. So when you get ink all over your fingers, just kind of be careful where you're touching on your project, because you don't want to get it all over your project as well. I love it. Okay. So now we're going to color, but I'm going to be putting these across the bottom. And I don't think I'm going to have enough room for all of them, so I'm going to put this little broken one, and then I will run this one off the edge and trim it. And we're going to put the windmill and then the little truck. And I think I'm still going to have room for my 3x3. Yay, love it. Okay, so I'm going to color. We do have new colored pencils. I'm going to be using our old watercolor pencils, just because I don't have all of the new set of the new pencils that are not color or watercolor. And I only have the vivid one, and I kind of want muted tones on this. So I'm just going to color these wood pieces. The new pencils, they're like butter, by the way. If you haven't tried them, they're fantastic. I will be ordering, there's 3 different hues for those, and I have the vivid ones, and I need to get the others as well. And like I said, they are not watercolor, but you can give them a watercolor appearance by using one of the water brushes. So of these set, I'm just using brown bag to color these fence panels. I thought about doing them beforehand, but what's the point of making a project with you if I do all the work ahead of time? If you're not familiar with the Good Life collection, right here on my YouTube channel, I have a podcast, and I did, I created the scrapbook workshop and the card making workshop, from start to finish. So if you have some time and you want to sit down and watch that, or maybe you have them and you want to make it with me, check that out. If you just go to my playlist, you'll see podcasts, and they will be there. Be sure and subscribe to all of our channels. Thinking of things that you should know while I'm coloring. So you get notified each time we release stuff. We start on the 10th, I believe, every month, and we release these videos. So we always have a theme. This month is our new favorite product, and we get to pick what we're going to do. Sometimes it's use a specific paper pack or a specific tool or teach a technique, and then we all have a different take on it. None of our projects are ever even remotely close to being the same, so you'll want to watch them all. And then on the 25th, we do the mystery envelope, and that is where we take turns sending each other envelopes with product in it. Everybody gets the same thing and the same set of rules. And then we get to use our own creativity from there. So I'm almost done coloring these fences. This one's upside down. Okay, so there's going to be my fence line. I wanted to add some green for the grass. There's little grass tufts on each of these. If you don't have the pencils, you could use the pens. Or you could leave them just blank, whatever suits your style. I just think everybody needs to have this stamp and thin cut. I just love it. Okay, so those are gonna go down there, like so. I might, I'll play with that. Then our truck. Normally I would do the truck in red. I'm going to come back to that because red doesn't really go with this layout. So for our windmill, I'm going to do the gray wool and just color it in. It's not going to show a lot because it's gray and stamped in black, but it will add a little bit more. These are probably wood. I'm looking at the wood grain, but the ones out in our area are all metal. So I'm doing them in metal that will match my photos. And then the truck, I just don't know, because I'm going to go back to the brown to do the wood up here. And then, of course, I'm going to do black for the tires. I'm not going to come in real dark, though. I'm going to keep it pretty faint. And then the centers I'm going to do in the gray, so it kind of has a silvery look. And then I don't really have a colored pencil that matches Harbor, so I think I'm going to just use the chocolate and make our truck brown. Just a real light brown. I'm not going to push real hard. So it's a little different than the brown I used for the panel on the truck up here. That was paper bag, I think. But you can definitely color heavier if you want a darker effect. I don't really want a darker effect. I think this would look so cute in like a rusty red look, but it doesn't match the papers. And then I'm going to grab that gray wool again and do the bumpers. Okay. So for me, I seem to have lost, there it is. I'm just going to run these. No, do I need to? I don't. I was going to run these through my Xyron. I don't need to. There's plenty of space on the back to put some adhesive down. You could use liquid glue, whatever you want. I just love this one with the little broken, you got to agree, this is the cutest stamp and thin cut set. I'm going to end up trimming that off. I'm going to put the let's see. I'm going to put the truck up there. I can't just have a truck floating around. To me, it has to be on something, so this looks like it's on something. Is that strange? I know it probably is. And then I'm putting the windmill between. And then, like I said, I'm going to pop these pictures up with some foam tape. Make sure you have, if you're doing like I'm putting this on the light side, so I'm going to want to make sure that I have both of them on the light side, because one's dark, one's light, and then it's going to look funny if they're not the same. These are just leftover foam squares from shaker cards. You know I use these a lot. Oh, shucky darn. Okay, whoo. So that will be a 5x7 photo. And this will end up being a 3x3. And I need to trim the back of this. And I think I want to distress it a little bit. So the question is, which color do I use? I think I'm gonna just go with the Harbor. So let me grab my Harbor. Ink. And I'm just going to come around the edges and add a little bit of inking on the mink so that it doesn't look quite so open. And I'm going to possibly, if I can easily locate, which we all know I can't. Oh, there is some. So I have some leftover sticker sheet that maybe I want to put on here as well. So I do. I like these little arrows. So I'm just going to put those on there. And I think that's all. I think that's all I'm going to do on this. Cannot wait for these photos. And, oh, do I want to? No, I'm going to actually put Be Grateful down here. So that this area is not quite so blah. And then add a little bit of the ink on the edge of those. Okay, that is my layout. Hope you like it. I hope you love this Stampin' Thin Cut set as much as I do, because I seriously can't tell you enough how much I love it. And hope you'll click that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.